Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the International Hockey Centre here in Glasgow. It's semi-finals day. We're halfway through our semi-final schedule. We already know the first of our finalists in this FIH Women's Champions Challenge 1. Ireland have just defeated South Africa by 2-1, and the game ahead of us here this afternoon is Spain against the United States to fill that final place for tomorrow's finals day here in Glasgow. The teams are lining up in front of me, getting ready on the touchline for the pre-match ceremony. And while they ready themselves, it's just time to remind you again that today's coverage is brought to you live and exclusive by Scottish Hockey and the FIH and their event partners Glasgow Life, Event Scotland, NCS, Ginger Grouse, Hero and the Government of Argentina. And we are of course grateful to all those organisations and bodies for their support in allowing us to bring you this coverage here today. And we have been asking you throughout the week to play your part at home, and if you can tweet us at FIH_hockey with the hashtag CC1, so Champions Challenge 1. And you can see it on your screen there, and your tweets have been coming in over the course of the day. And needless to say that the main topic of conversation this afternoon is that fantastic win for Ireland over South Africa that puts them in the final, and a number of people tweeting with their support for the Irish team. Julia Butterworth tweets, Irish women into the CC1 final with a truly awesome performance. Congratulations, hashtag Green Machine, Shirley McKay, man of the match, amazing defence, what a start. And they go on in a similar vein, Ireland players are the best, says Karen Farrelly. Unreal match for Ireland, says Nigel Carroll, and great to see such support for this Irish team from Ireland, from here in the UK and from further afield as well, and of course a fantastic Irish support here in the stadium as well at the National Hockey Centre. Teams are being introduced to the crowd here in Glasgow, and we'll go over the team sheets after the national anthems. I'm delighted though to be welcomed in the commentary box by David Sweetman, who's the current Chief Executive of Scottish Hockey. I suppose the best place to start, David, is just by asking you for your reflections on what's been a great week of hockey.
It's been a fantastic week of hockey for us here at the Glasgow National Hockey Centre. The opportunity for us to have 8 world-class teams competing is, I suppose, a dream come true for Scottish hockey. So it's great to have, and to have a men's Four Nations tournament at the same time has given our men the fantastic opportunity to play against some of the world's best.
We'll talk more a little at half-time maybe about how Scotland have performed, both the men and the women, over the course of the week. But your own vested interests aside, obviously, which team has impressed you most over the last week in this Women's Champions Challenge 1?
I think a number of teams have impressed me in different ways. I think the 2 teams we're about to see play here, Spain have got some fantastic individual skill, and America have a fantastic team ethic. So I think it'll be a really great game to see, and I'm looking forward to see which of these 2 teams plays off against Ireland for the final tomorrow.
We shall find that out. But first the national anthems, and first the national anthem of Spain. national anthem of Spain, and now the United States of America await their national anthem. You can see there in the faces of the USA players how much this means to them. Let's quickly take a run through the teams for this afternoon's semi-final, starting with Spain. So the Spanish squad on your screen in front of you, that's the squad that's travelled here to Scotland. But the starting lineup in goals is Maria Lopez, number 3 Rocio Ibarra, number 5 Gutierrez, number 7 Pechame, number 9 Lopez, number 10 Bonastra, number 11 Guinea, number 17 Riera, number 21 Beatriz Perez, number 23 Georgina Oliva, and number 25 Maria Gomez. The coach Adrian Locke, and the captain today Rocio Ibarra. And the United States. Starting lineup for the United States, number 5 Melissa Gomez, number 8 Rachel Dawson, number 12 Julia Reinprecht, number 14 Katie Reinprecht, number 16 Katie O'Donnell, number 18 Michelle Cassold, number 19 Caroline Nichols, number 21 Paige Selensky, number 23 Caitlin Falkowski, number 27 and the captain Lauren Crandall, and number 31 goalkeeper Jackie Kinser, and their coach Craig Parnham. Umpires for today are Emi Yamada from Japan and Lu Xiaoying from China. So David, we talked a little bit about how impressed you were with both of these teams. Spain, of course, on their path to the final, defeated Belgium on penalties, and what many people saw as a little bit of an upset. The United States team, despite one wobble, has just looked stronger and stronger as the tournament's gone on. So what can we expect from today's game?
See the Americans play very strongly as a team, and I think you'll see some great individual skills from the Spanish. So it'll be interesting to see the two styles clash, I suppose, and how they work against each other. So the game has started with the United States going from right to left and immediately attacking the Spanish circle, and a chance for number 5 Gonzalez, Melissa Gonzalez, just to play the ball across the goal line. But the chance passes, and Spain can take their time to settle into this game. Lopez and Georgina Oliva down this right-hand side, and in previous matches we've seen how much Lopez is an outlet for this Spanish team down the right-hand side. Here she is now, just miscontrols that though, and USA can regain possession with Michelle Cassold just assessing her options. Looks to play it in to Katie O'Donnell. He tries the first time ball back to Melissa Gonzalez, it doesn't come off, and Lopez has the ball again, plays it off Gonzalez. Another chance. Into the captain Ibarra, and now up the line for Spain, and that's good from Perez.
Looking for Gomez up front. Aerial ball from Caroline Nichols doesn't find its intended target, and Lopez again with the ball. Slips under pressure from O'Donnell. And in actual fact, the ball's been turned over to the USA, and Gonzalez can feed O'Donnell down this left-hand side. Great tackle, though, from the Spanish number 5, Gutierrez, and she'll look to progress. She gets the decision from the umpire. And of course, David, in your previous incarnation, you were an umpire yourself. Does that give you a slightly different perspective on the game today?
A little bit. I hope that I'm still umpiring. So it's less of a previous incarnation. That's
in a different incarnation, with a different hat on. Let's say then, with a different hat on.
Yeah, absolutely. With a different hat on, you know, it's great to watch some high quality hockey. But yeah, of course, I'll keep an eye on the umpiring.
Well, we'll be coming to you for your assessment of some of the decisions as this game goes on. Promise it won't be too controversial. Here's Oliva in the centre now, and plays that back to Gutierrez, who again will look for Lopez down this right-hand side. Dispossessed by Katie O'Donnell, though, and Katie O'Donnell with a little bit of space to work with. Lays it off to Dawson across the baseline. Unable to find the return ball to O'Donnell. And Spain can look for a way out. And that was initially good play by Bonastra. But the USA have the turnover. And here's Lopez again for Spain. Fouled by O'Donnell. A feisty player, David. I don't know if you've watched much of Katie O'Donnell recently, but a player full of vim and vigour, I think is the expression. So the USA with the ball, and Reinprecht with that familiar head protector. Aerial ball from Oliva down the side. Doesn't lead to anything, and Crandall can step in, and there's going to be the first card of the game. It's a green card there for Bonastra, David.
Yeah, as the American players attacked up the left-hand side, the Spanish players come in and just we stick tackle to break down the play.
It's a tournament, though, that I have to say for the most part has been played in fantastic spirit by all the teams. Has that been reflected by the feedback you've received off the pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the games have been played in good spirits, and they're obviously competing, but in the right way, which is really important for hockey.
Certainly is. Any conversations I've had with coaches or players off the pitch over the course of this week has really highlighted how much these players have enjoyed the experience of being here in Glasgow and have enjoyed this tournament. Despite at times, David, I must say, some quite chilly weather here in Glasgow. We had one beautiful day of sunshine, but otherwise it's there've been some tough conditions to play in at times.
Yeah, I think it's probably one disappointment we've had is we've come into May and haven't quite had the weather we might have anticipated.
Well, here's a chance for Spain, and it's Guinea down the left-hand side, really the first attack of the game for Spain, but she's penalised. First real sign of some space coming for Spain. And a slip by Lopez. She'll be penalised, unfortunately. The ball just deflecting off her. Nothing deliberate in that. The umpire just calling the play back and asking Katie O'Donnell to take the ball from the correct position. And O'Donnell drives towards the baseline. And Georgina Oliva doing the necessary in the corner just to shepherd the ball out of play. O'Donnell looking to drive the ball hard into the middle, and it's come to Dawson on the edge of the D. She dribbles inside. Can she keep possession? She's dispossessed, but there's a chance for the shot from Selensky. Well defended by Spain, back in numbers. narrowed the angles down there and didn't really give Zelensky much of an opening towards goal. Now the captain, Crandall, such an experienced player, and he's performed outstandingly for the United States over the course of the group stages. Falkowski now looking out to the right and finding Katie Reinprecht, and Katie Reinprecht will play that down to the corner. She takes the return ball, looks up, but just a wall of yellow in front of her, and she'll need to try again. Ball across the D there, dangerous ball across the D from Melissa Gonzalez. Katie Reinprecht now over on this left-hand side with the ball for the US. Looking for Sharkey, and the ball just deflecting off into the sternum there of the Spanish player. Number 3, the captain, Ibarra. She shakes that off and gets on with things. Lopez now on the right for Spain. Plays the ball to Maria Tost. That's the first we've seen of her in this half. Tost with a really dominant display in the match against Belgium, that match that we alluded to before the pushback. Perhaps got a shock result. The USA now with bodies in the D, and they've earned the short corner. Let's just take a quick look at that again, David, at that decision for the short corner.
So you see the American players going into the top of the D, and just in the process of trying to get the shot away is obstructed by the Spanish player. And you'll see the umpire just indicate crossing as well. Not
too much debate about that decision. Gutierrez rightly penalised for that. And it's going to be the captain, Laura Crandall, on the injection. Seen Rachel Dawson with a couple of good goals from the edge of the D. And Spanish player penalised there for breaking too soon. David, Maria Gomez, she'll have to retreat to the halfway line.
Yeah, she's gone before the ball's been pushed out, so under the new FIH regs, she's been sent to halfway.
So chance again, and it's Nichols, number 19, and that ball comes up. Oh, that's interesting. Both umpires whistling there. Short corner has been given again, and was that a deflection off the Spanish stick, David?
Yeah, if we look at the replay, the ball gets hit into the top D, comes off a Spanish stick, and then is dangerous into the American player. So penalty corner.
Slightly unfortunate for the Spanish defender. But chance number 3 now for the US. Nichols and Falkowski wait. And Falkowski traps, and it will be Nichols again with a drag and a goal, and the opening goal for the USA. And a repeat, David, really of the last move, and that one just coming off much better for them. That's a much cleaner strike of the ball.
Yeah, I think there's a small touch just in front of the goalkeeper just to take it past them. You can see the slight lift there to get over the goalkeeper's stick to make it 1-0.
Let's take a look at it from the reverse angle. It's Nichols, yes indeed, and it's O'Donnell, I think, with the final touch on the ball. So the United States take the lead, and very much with the run of play, David, I think they've opened the brighter of the two teams.
Yeah, I think in terms of run of play, they had obviously a set of penalty corners there and have scored the third. Generally, you're looking at converting at least 1 in 3 of your penalty corners at this level, so they're in line with that.
So Michelle Vitesse on now for the United States, another player who showed a tremendous amount of running in the match on Thursday against India. Oh, and that's gone in. It's not been given. Outside the D, says the umpire. Let's take. It has been given. It has been given. Oh no, inside the D, says, of course. Misread the umpire. So still some discussion going on between the Spanish defender, and the two umpires are just going to consult now. And the captain Ibarra with plenty to say. She's just being ushered back by Emi Yamada there. And the goal stands. We'll just take another quick look at that again, David, just from our camera 2 position if we can. Oh, that's the position from behind, which doesn't really tell us a tremendous amount. It's just a deflection off the Spanish stick there.
Yeah, it's taken a deflection off the Spanish stick. Surprised the goalkeeper, who's just tried to reach it with a stick. Just failed to do so, and obviously 2-0 to America.
So looping over the top there, Kathleen Sharkey will be credited with the goal. And the United States very quickly doubling their advantage, 2-0 now, and here they come again, approaching the D. And really no outlet for Spain at the moment.
It's probably been their style during the competition, where they've brought all their players back and have really looked to break at pace.
So Whitmer with the interception there to Dawson, to Falgowski, and out to Batiz. Batiz just taking a little bit too long on that. Catches the Spanish player on the shin. That's a sore one. Batiz again. And looking in the middle for Michelle Castle. Can't find her. Spain immediately put under pressure by Sharkey. And the US win the ball back. And here's Sharkey now in the corner and looking to cut across, and she'll get the decision there. Pitch watered in between matches, and you can see some of the water underfoot as the players just struggling to get a grip. Spain again unable to find a way out, and here's Whitmer down this left-hand side. Good skills to evade Julia Pons. They kind of go, there's a clatter of sticks. And there'll be a second card here. And that card for Emily Wald. She'll take 2 minutes out, and not retreating there, David, from the initial foul.
Absolutely, the foul's been given. The rules say that you need to be 5 metres away, and she's been well within that and chosen to get involved with play. So 2 minute suspension for her.
It's always a slightly needless card, I feel, particularly where there's no imminent threat, but sometimes your instincts as a player must just take over and get the better of you sometimes. It's like a rush of blood to the head, an involuntary spasm just to put your stick where it's not wanted.
It's very tough to actually have someone run at you and not make any kind of tackle, but just allow them to run past. But you need to have that level of discipline if you want to play international hockey.
Lauren Crandall looking for the aerial route there down towards Michelle Batiz, unable to find her. And the US now just sitting back. Spent much of the first 10 to 15 minutes with quite a high press on the Spanish defenders. They're a little more content on this occasion to sit deep. Caroline Nichols looking for Crandall in the corner. Crandall can only clear out of play. And Spain have the chance to come again with Maria Tost. Tost loses out. And Kolacecic, first we've seen of her in the game, can bring it away and has laid it off to Selensky, and that's good skills from Selensky, and she should find some space on the right hand side, and she does with Michelle Castle. Castle just unfairly impeded there by the number 17, Lola Riera. So a fantastic bit of goal line defending from Lola Riera a couple of games ago in the pool, making a wonderful stick stop from a short corner on the line, and having done all the and then blocking the follow-up as well, which was oft commented on Twitter. Now the USA have got this decision here, David. We'll take another look at this again. The Spaniards incredulous at that decision, but Kolacecic driving towards the baseline. What do you see?
So you'll see just inside the D, the Spanish player hits the ball into the ground and it bobbles up, and it's the umpires deemed it to be dangerous.
A slightly unfortunate turn of events there for Spain, who must have thought they'd defended that well and legally, but it does give the US another opportunity. And again, it will be Caroline Nichols with the shot. Goalkeeper saves well. Can she dig it out from underneath her body? She does just enough, and there's a bit of holding by the US. And the decision goes Spain's way. They can't make much of it though, and immediately back under pressure. Nichols looking for this long ball down the left, and Whitmer now with the ball again. Again looking to drive along the baseline. Tossed now. Just able to relieve the pressure for Spain. And leave the ball for Maria Lopez. Just struggling, David, at the moment to find any rhythm, the Spaniards.
And I'm sure that would have been part of the game plan with the Americans, is actually to put pressure on early and to make sure they haven't got the opportunity to
well, that's
to
going
break
to
the
be
pace.
Another green card, and it's a yellow card this time, in fact. For Emily Wald, that's the second time she's impeded the restart of play, and this time she'll be spending at least 5 minutes on the bench.
It's the rules say that you can't have 2 green cards unless it's one's been a captain's card, and especially if it's the same offence, a higher level of penalties applied. So she's received a 5-minute suspension for it.
We saw her on the screen a second ago with a slightly rueful smile on her face. She'll have to be careful now though. Yeah. So Michelle Batiz takes a break. Falgowski back on, and Spain with some rare time inside the USD, and shouting for a short corner there. It's not given, and Reinprecht can break down this right-hand side. Paige Zelensky does well, lifts it into the circle, and that's a great turn by Georgina Oliva there, just to turn away from danger. A fantastic bit of skill and very composed defending, and more of that will be required from Spain as this game progresses, because the United States are coming again with Dawson, and out wide to Fee. Fee will come back to Dawson. Tall, rangy figure. But she's just lost out there, and Maria Tost will get started again for Spain. Turns inside Gonzalez, there's space out on the left to Perez if she can find her. Opts instead to go back. And now it'll go out to the left-hand side. And now Perez can take it up in that far left corner. With the ball at the sideline. Just a miscontrol there by Carola Salvatella. But Spain retain possession, and Lopez now, who's swapped sides, gone over to the left-hand side of defence. Plays it back to Gutierrez, who almost sells her captain short, and indeed great fighting there from Katie O'Donnell just to intercept that pass, but in truth Ibarra was put under extraordinary pressure by her own teammate there. Gutierrez just leaving that ball hanging in space. But Spain have won the short corner, David. Let's take a look at that again. I think we might have just unfortunately missed that incident, David.
There was certainly a foul on the just on the 5-metre dashes, so the umpires obviously seen a penalty corner. So we'll see how Spain do with this corner.
So Ibarra with the injection. Oh dear, that's a sore one right off the knee. And this might just take a couple of minutes to resolve. Plenty of discussion between Crandall, the captain, and the umpire. And time will be stopped in order to allow treatment to Melissa Gonzalez. Took that right on the knee. I don't know if we can see the short corner again. David, we can take a look at that. She looks like she's going to be okay. Oh yeah, straight into the knee, the shot from Maria Lopez. So Melissa Gonzalez limps back into action up to the halfway line. Puff of the cheeks. Get some magic spray on that at half-time, it'll be just fine. So, chance for Spain again. Looking to claw their way back into this match. 2-0 down, 14 minutes on the clock remaining in this first half. And it's Petchame on the box that'll trap. And again, number 19, Patricia Maragna with the shot. And that time comfortably saved. USA now looking for that break down the right-hand side. Reinprecht trying to find O'Donnell. It's just cut out by the Spanish defender, and O'Donnell tries to return the favour to her teammate. Is unable to, but wins possession back herself. Oh, and just miscontrols it on the baseline. Just when the space was opening up for her there, David just miscontrolled it. Let's take a look at that short corner again if we can. Talk us through this.
So obviously slapped out to the top D, drag flick, and it's a good height for the goalkeeper, gets a good strong left hand on it to parry it away.
Yeah, out off her line quickly there, just 2-3 steps, 1, 2, 3, stands her ground very well, and as you say, good comfortable height to make the hand save. So Nichols now for the United States, find Gonzalez, and Gonzalez out to Castled, and so good pace down that left-hand side, but stopped in her tracks by Maragna again. It was very impressive for me, certainly. I thought very impressive in the pool stages, Maragna. Strong physical presence in the Spanish back line. Just a couple of minutes of scrappiness in the midfield, but O'Donnell picks up, trying to find a way through. Battles hard there with Gutierrez. Plenty of reaction on Twitter too from the Men's Champions Challenge competition that's currently happening in Malaysia, where Canada have defeated Malaysia on penalties to reach the final. And we'll find out later today who they shall be facing in the final. But if you want to comment on this match here, then you can do. You can find us at FIH_hockey, #CC1. Particularly interested to hear from you if you're a follower of either Spain or the United States. I can't vouch for my Spanish, so if you are a Spanish supporter and you can tweet us in English, that would certainly help my chances out of being able to read it out. But if you're a US field hockey fan, as they call it in the US, do get in touch. You know the hashtag, and we'll do our best to read out those tweets at half-time. Nichols on the ball now for the United States. Finds Castle down in the corner, bustling away against the captain Ibarra, and Ibarra comes out on top in that particular duel. Petchame losing out in the centre, and Oliva now looking. Good pass to Pechame. On the right-hand side from Bonastra. And Spain will come at the United States again. The ball into the middle. Just a slight bit of miscontrol there from Maria Gomez, but chances for Spain in this the US circle at the moment, David, few and far between.
Yeah, they haven't managed to create too many clear-cut chances apart from the penalty corners, so it'll be interesting to see what they do in the last 10 minutes to change that.
Seen on plenty of occasions in this Champions Challenge tournament, though, teams with leads squandering them in the second half, and Ireland obviously being a prime example of that, having come from behind in 3 of their matches and earning 2 draws, and of course earlier today earning that first place in the final against South Africa. And it really often, when you're a goal down or 2 goals down, it comes down to how much you want it. And we'll find out soon enough how much these Spanish players want it. So Michelle Vitiz on the sideline for the US. Comes to nothing. And now Spain look for the outlet down this right-hand side with Maranya, but Maranya can only find Crandall. And Crandall into Falgowski. Falgowski just pauses and then releases the ball to Vitiz, and Vitiz with such pace, driving into the circle, looking for the short corner, and she's got it. Fantastic play from Michelle Vitiz there, David, to win that short corner. What pace she showed going into the circle.
She's shown great pace. She's gone right around the outside, hit the baseline really hard, and has managed to find a Spanish foot. So a great penalty corner opportunity for the US.
Certainly is. Vitiz definitely one of the major success stories of this US competition so far. So it'll be Nichols this time with the injection, and again the umpire's whistle goes, and I think on this occasion she's not singling out any one individual for breaking from the goal line too early. I think the object of our ire is the entire team, all 4 of them. So another chance then for Nichols, and it's Michelle Cassold waiting with the drag. Still the chance remains, and cleared away by the captain Ibarra on the line. Not the most convincing defending there, not the most convincing goalkeeping there from Lopez, but Spain have it clear for the moment. Gutierrez gets 2 minutes in the sin bin there for that green card. And US temporarily enjoying a numerical advantage. Pons, who we've not seen much of in this game so far. Frustrated with herself at losing possession on the right-hand side, and that allows the US with Nichols and Stephanie Fee just trying to play the ball round tossed. And Emi Yamada incurring the wrath of Adrian Locke, the Spanish coach, down on the touchline there. Felt that was a quite deliberate interference there with the restart from Stephanie Fee, and just looking for one decision, he said, one decision. Well, when your team's 2-0 down, it can every decision can seem like a big one. That was a huge chance there at the top of the D for Emily Wald. David found herself in acres of space and really should have hit the target.
Yeah, I don't know if she was caught in 2 minds whether to shoot from the top or look for the deflection for the player on the far post, but great opportunity squandered by America.
but the US come again, and it's 4v4. Sharkey on the ball. Just checks and goes back to Julia Reinprecht. And the deflection in to the area almost finds the American player just lurking on the near post there, and quick reactions by Lopez just to deflect the ball away from Kelsey Kolacecic. Good goalkeeping. Tossed, miscontrols. Yes, Adrian Locke yells out a scream of no, and Maria Tost there just caught in two minds, losing possession and conceding the short corner, David.
Yeah, she's lost the ball. The Americans come in to take it and go straight into the D to have a shooting opportunity, and the Spanish stickers obviously committed a stick tackle, so gives the Americans a great opportunity from a penalty corner. I
think from a coach's point of view, sometimes it's easy to shout for one decision, but your players also need to show the discipline required not to give away cheap short corners, and unfortunately in Maria Tost's case, that discipline deserted her. So now Julia Reinprecht with the injection. It's up the top. It'll be Caroline Nichols with a drag, and a fantastic stick save there by Lopez. That was superb goalkeeping again, and twice in as many minutes we've seen the Spanish goalkeeper really pull out the stops to keep Spain with a fighting chance in this game, David.
Yeah, we'll have a great opportunity to see it obviously from the reverse.
Oh, full stretch. Wonderful bit of goalkeeping. So the Americans fighting hard for everything, and Batiz has released Dawson on this left-hand side. He'll drive the ball right across goal, and what a fantastic finish at the back post. Super bit of play by the United States, spreading the ball across the midfield from Batiz with that great ball to Dawson, and Dawson driving the ball right across the face of goal where Kelsey Kolacecic was on hand. Great finish, David.
It's a super finish. You know, it's a great cross hit in from the left by Rachel Dawson, and player is exactly where she was looking for at the back post for a tap in at the back post.
Sneaks in behind her marker there, and I'm sure Adrian Locke will be looking at his defenders when they review this footage later on today, and asking where was the marking, because Kelsey Kolacecic found herself in acres of space there to finish that off. Still required the finish though from a really hard ball driven in by Dawson, and expertly done by Kolacecic. So the United States now with some fresh air between them and Spain. 3-0 up, and still 2 minutes left in this first half. What a performance we're seeing from the Americans. So Lopez now across the back, and here's Maranya. Maranya just running into a little bit of trouble under pressure there from Paige Selensky and Gonzalez, but Spain have some space down this right-hand side now with Magath. And Magath now on the baseline. She'll retain possession, she'll get the sideline ball. And Pinheiro in the corner there with Pons, and two players that we've spoken a lot about in previous games, but just haven't played as big a role in this game. So the ball will come back just to be played in the right place. Caroline Nichols just took a sore one there on the ankle and limps into position to take this. Oof. Crandall unceremoniously floored by Julia Pons. Tough cookie though, Crandall. She can take that kind of treatment, and she's released Selensky with a beautiful ball, and Selensky drives into the D, takes the reverse stick shot. It's come back to Katie O'Donnell, who's thrown herself into that, and perhaps just a little dangerously for the umpire's liking. And Spain get the free hit, but so much space there from for Selensky after being released by Crandall, David.
It's a fantastic pass from the left back. She's had a great opportunity to go into the D, and obviously the last shot's been going off target when it's raised into the body. So a really exciting finish to the end of the first half. Certainly
is a fantastic half of hockey for the United States. They go into the break leading by 3-0. And some great hockey there from the United States, really demonstrating, I think, what many people hope to see from them. So the goals there for O'Donnell, Sharkey and Whitmer. I thought I had Kelsey Kolocelik for the third goal. We'll confirm that at half-time. The stadium announcer thinks that it is Jill Whitmer. I thought it was Kelsey Kolocelik. We'll find out at half-time. We'll take a short break for now, though, and we'll have confirmation of that. And the second half coming up live after this short break. Half-time at the International Hockey Centre in Glasgow. USA 3, Spain 0.
The buzz is just unbelievable just now. It's back in my hometown in Troon, everybody's talking about it, and just hopefully I can be part of that Scotland team, and if I am, it'll be a memory I'll never forget.
Since joining Scottish Gymnastics, to compete at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be my first Commonwealth Games, and no better place to do it than in my home country.
Commonwealth Games are really the only time you get to represent like Scotland on its own, and yeah, it's really special. It's like your own little family, really, when you're on the team. Go Scotland!
Do you know what? I don't think there'll be anything to beat it. You know, I competed at the London Olympics, and that was really special, but Glasgow, I think, will just be something else. Go Scotland!
It's very important getting to have the backing of the community, the country and that. I'd like folk to get behind you and enjoy what you're doing and appreciate what you do, and that's what I hard work's for. Go Team Scotland!
I think it's really important that people back Team Scotland. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to come together and support the team.
There's obviously going to be a great buzz around the city, and we're really looking forward to having the spectators come out and see netball. Netball's not one of the most profile sports that we've got here, so we're really looking forward to seeing how we can really engage with the spectators and show what netball's all about. Go Scotland!
Oh, the support will be huge. If everyone turns up, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing on a badminton court with the whole crowd screaming behind you. It's a really great feeling, and I really hope to experience it.
Being from Glasgow myself, nothing more that you want to do in your career. Homegrown, in your city, all your friends, family can all come and watch. There's nothing really more you want. Go Scotland!
Being in judo, it's an individual sport, but when you're in that fight and if you're down the score, if you just need that extra lift. With Glasgow 2014 coming up and the massive Scottish team that we're going to have in Glasgow, it feels like a family. Go Scotland!
It's a huge honour and it's a pinnacle of anyone's career. I was fortunate enough to play back in Melbourne a few years ago now, where the whole experience was incredible. I'm sure that Glasgow can look to emulate that.
The atmosphere in Delhi was great, even when we're halfway across the world. So to imagine what it's going to be like in Glasgow when we're in front of a home crowd, it's going to be twice as good. Go Scotland!
This will be my first games, and it'll be a home game. So for me, it's as much as it's a cliche, it will be a dream come true. And just to have that support and to have my family and friends support me at home games, it means everything to me. Go Scotland!
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014. A year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.
So welcome back to the International Hockey Centre here in Glasgow, where the half-time score is Spain 0, the United States 3. It's semi-final stage of the FIH Women's Champions Challenge, and at the moment there's going to be only one winner of this game. Well, of course there's only going to be one winner of the game. There has to be a winner at the end of the game, but it's pretty clear cut at the moment who that's going to be. The USA with an absolutely storming first half. David Sweetman's still here with me in the commentary box. Before we review the goals, David, one of the trails that we've been showing at half-time in the matches is for Team Scotland to have the Commonwealth Games here in Glasgow to look forward to later in the year, but also Homecoming Scotland, who are supporting, or Visit Scotland, Event Scotland are supporting this particular event. And there's so much sport and culture to look forward to this summer. Does this give you a taste of what it might be like come that time later in the summer?
I think in terms of competition on the pitch, absolutely. There's a fantastic level of hockey that we've seen over the days, and we will see tomorrow for the finals day. And also in terms of logistics and operations, it's a great chance for Glasgow 2014 to make sure that any worries or concerns they had are all sorted, and they're raring to go from day one for the hockey.
You can see there the view that you don't often get actually in the course of this coverage of the main stand here at the National Hockey Centre in Glasgow. It's a fantastic facility that Glasgow have built for hockey here. Is it? Was there a sense perhaps that we were catching up a little bit in terms of hockey facilities in Glasgow? Because as well as the National Hockey Centre, obviously there are new water-based pitches elsewhere in Glasgow that have hosted international matches, test matches over the last few years. And is this a good period now for hockey in this city going forward?
I think it's a fantastic period, fantastic opportunity for us in the west of Scotland. We've got two Olympic quality pitches here in Glasgow Green, so the facilities are fantastic, and we're really appreciative of Glasgow Life and Glasgow City Council helping that happen.
So also delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Kate Mitchell, who is here with the US team and is in charge of all things social media. And Kate, it's good to get an American accent into the commentary box, because your team are playing so well today. How are you reacting to this match so far? How much have you enjoyed it?
Obviously, we're really pleased with the halftime report, and our attack has been really strong. We're playing really unified, and we hope to keep it up in the second part of the match.
They've got to be odds-on favourites now to reach the final. How have you viewed the American performances across the entire tournament, and what chance do you see them having against finalists Ireland, who've shown so much fight over the last week?
Play has been rather consistent throughout the entire match, and we just keep making forward progress, and we hope to hold that with the remaining matches.
And how have you enjoyed your trip to Glasgow? Is it you managed to find much time to explore the city and see some of the sights?
A little bit, but it's mostly all hockey here. We came here with a goal, and that's what we're sticking to. So, very nice weather though here, I will say.
I think your tongue is firmly in your cheek. Kate, thanks very much for your contribution. There we see on the screens the route to the semi-finals for these two teams. USA obviously with that 3-1 win over Spain in the opening fixture, and just that reverse against South Africa, the only black mark on their route to the semi-final, David, and I think they probably got a little bit of a kick in the backside after that one, and have demonstrated quite a bit of resolve since.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the win against Ireland is obviously, with Ireland being in the final, is a fantastic result. And they'll obviously, if they do well in the second half, they have a great chance to do it again against Ireland tomorrow in the final.
They certainly do. The United States in the box seat for this second half. David staying with me through till full time. And Spain are now just a few seconds away from pushback and getting us underway in this second half. A reminder, it is the United States 3, Spain 0. Spain going from right to left in this half. And can they salvage, can they make a game of it? Can they salvage some pride in the second half? We shall see. They're immediately on the attack down the right-hand side. Snuffed out, and now the United States have a break on, and it's 3v3 in the half as Cassold comes forward. They are looking for Reinprecht down that right-hand side, but really the pass didn't nearly have enough weight on it to reach her teammate, and Ganea manages to squirm her way down this left-hand side into space and finds Salvatella, and Salvatella looking to cross the ball, tops it, head up, unfortunately. Bit of a miss-hit. Played many shots like that in a golf course, David, I have to tell you. And now Lopez now for Spain can come forward and sort of stumbles over the stick of Crandall there. And losing possession of the ball, and Crandall can clear. But it's going to come straight back to the top of the D with Ganea. Deflects off the American player, and Spain will have possession. US with plenty of bodies back. Only Jill Whitmer up in outside the 23. Reinprecht just hovering on the 23. So the D crowded with players as Beatriz Perez looks to break into the circle. Spain now again looking for a way through. Georgina Oliva using her, let's call it, low centre of gravity to just bundle the American player off the ball. And America have the free hit at Kolacecic, and Reinprecht unable to bring that aerial ball down, and Spain can come again, but that's cheaply given away and is turned over, and tall, unmistakable figure of Rachel Dawson on that left-hand side. Picks up play, and now Cassold nipping away from Ibarra and just trying to release Paige Zelensky down that left-hand side, but touched too much on the pass. Takes it out of play. Again, though, David, just a pattern of play very much the same as the first half, with America defending in numbers when they need to, but finding spaces when they break.
I think that the Spanish know that they've got to get at least 3 goals to get back into this game, so they're always going to push up and leave some spaces for the Americans to break, and the Americans will love that opportunity to attack at pace.
Jill Whitmer for the US, just miscontrolling that. She's going to lose out to Lola Riera, and now Spain can come away with Salvatella. Oh, and that's a great ball by Lauren Crandall across to Cassold on the far side, and Cassold's got space to play this ball in, and just lifted it a little bit high. Deflection takes it out of play, but Spain immediately back under pressure in the middle of the park. And, Kelsey Kolacecic wins possession, and Falgowski plays it to Sharkey down this right-hand side, and they've won the short corner. So an early opportunity for the US to extend their lead. David, let's take a look at that incident again.
So attacking strongly down the right, looking probably to go into the baseline, goes past the first and then just into the foot.
Just into the foot, and just a footstep inside the circle as well. Nothing going Spain's way at the moment. It's going to be Crandall with the injection, Dawson waiting at the top, Nichols waiting at the top, and it will be Nichols with a shot. Good save again by Lopez. I'm saying Lopez, I have 3 surnames, of course, on my team sheet in front of me for the Spanish goalkeeper Lopez, who may well prefer to be known as Zubaria. but we'll stick with Lopez until somebody tells me otherwise. So Spain now with the ball, and this is Maria Lopez on the right, playing it back to Ibarra. Ibarra just lingering on the ball a little bit too long, but Salvatella gets her out of trouble, and Spain have the ball now through Alicia Magath. Leaves it to Lopez. Space out on this left-hand side if she can find it. Lola Riera, that's the ball she was looking for, Riera, and plenty of space out on the left. And that looked quite deliberate, the foul there on Magath. Surprised there wasn't a card there. In fact, the short corner's been given. I was going to say, Emi Yamada, the umpire, signalling quite emphatically that that was a very deliberate push in the back when she was turning towards the D, David. So you do agree with that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good communication between the two umpires using both their signals and the live mics that they've got on. Saw the push in the back, and the penalty corner's been given, and it's the right result.
So Spain with an opportunity to get back into this match. Ibarra waits, takes it quickly, and it's Lola Riera with a reverse stick shot up nice and high, and illegally, unfortunately, for the umpire, but it was good save anyway by goalkeeper Alicia Whittle. She has not been called into action much in this game, and she may not have been required there, but in any event, she comfortably palms the ball away over the bar, and America can try and come out now. Spain playing a much higher press, David, just trying to put a bit more pressure on the American defenders.
Yeah, they've recognised the fact that they obviously need goals, so they're putting a really high press on.
And whistle blown and time stopped, and it will be a green card for Beatriz Perez. And Dawson now with space to deliver the ball out wide to Castled, and Castled can run. She's got a head of steam built up. The ball now across the D. Can Melissa Gonzalez bring it down? She can't, and that's good play by Cristina Guinea to bring the ball away, and she's found a little bit of space down this left-hand side for Perez. For Pinheiro, I do apologise. '18 and the 16 just slightly obscured. Lola Riera with the ball into the area there. And Pons now will get the decision. And this time it is Pinheiro dribbling her way in. Good stick skills, gets it across the face of goal, and the goalkeeper diving for that, I thought, had fairly played the ball out over the baseline, and Lauren Crandall makes her case to the umpire. The umpire's having none of it, and Spain have another short corner. Let's take a look at it again, David.
So great skills coming into the D, super stick skills. And I think you'll see the goalkeeper's waiting for the ball to go out and then decides to take matters into her own hands.
Just obstructing Salvatella there at the last.
She's deliberately played the ball back over the baseline, so automatic penalty corner.
A moment of panic. Lola Riera with the drag flick from the D. Good shot high into the top corner, but again, I think it's Jackie Kintzer, sorry, in goals, not Alicia Whittle, able to palm that away. Better from Spain though, David, coming into this game just a little bit in the second half.
Yes, very much so. And if you think they've played the last, had a couple of great opportunities with only 10 on the pitch because the player with the green card has only just returned, you wonder what they can do if they manage to keep their 11 on.
Magath with some good stick skills there, dribbling her way through three players. Here she is again, loses out on that occasion though, and it's Batiz. Another decision goes against Spain, much to the displeasure of Adrian Locke, the coach, on the touchline, but they do have it back, and it's Maria Tost this time. And again, Emi Yamada stops play. Rachel Dawson disagrees, and she's just asking for 5 meters from Vitiz. And Riera with the ball into the circle. Looks at the umpire, shrugs her shoulders, and play continues on the far right-hand side. And as Magath again looking for the opportunity for Spain. She's been heavily involved in this second half so far. And Spain now with the chance to come out on this left-hand side in a bit of space if Maria Tost can find it. She can't, but she gets the foul, and she's able to come away now. Plays the ball to Pinheiro, who comes back to Riera, and Riera goes out to the captain, Ibarra, on that right-hand side. And Magath now in the corner. Good pass down the right-hand side. Magath gets it into the D, but Salvatella unable to make anything of that. Spain will keep possession, though, with the long corner. And that's cheaply given away in the centre by Gutierrez, and Vitiz has the chance to come forward and lay the ball off to Falkowski, and Falkowski finds Winter, and there's going to be a card there, and I think that's for possibly for a third-party obstruction in the middle of the pitch. David, did you see that?
It's actually happened just on the 25 of the Spanish defensive. She's deliberately broken play down. The umpires played a great advantage and brought it back for the yellow card for the foul.
So Maria Tost, 5 minutes in the sin bin for her, and that's the last thing Spain need at this moment in time. They are 3 goals down, 22 and a half or thereabouts minutes left on the clock. Pinheiro now is, again, shows good skills. Finds Banastra. Banastra finds a foot. And Emi Yamada just trying to calm things down. And Adrian Locke really is most displeased with the umpire on this side, because he felt there was an advantage to be played there with Spain breaking into space down the left-hand side, and the umpire pulled it up. Vitiz now again for the Americans. Just left that pass a little bit short. But she and Emily Wald battling hard in the centre. And again, Emi Yamada just repeatedly blowing her whistle and asking for things just to calm down, just to take the heat out of play just for a moment, as the situation just becomes that ever more desperate for Spain as the clock ticks down. Emily Wald on that far side, and Melissa Gonzalez looking for the opening. None forthcoming. And instead the driven long ball out by Ibarra finds the Americans, and Wald can now find Vitiz, and Vitiz can find Selensky on this right-hand side, and Selensky looks to flick it up over the stick of Lola Riera. The Spanish defender holds firm. Advantage briefly played there by the umpire for that stick tackle. We'll go back for the restart by the US, and Emily Wald now looking to turn Banastra. And Reinprecht has the ball now. It's all just gone a little bit scrappy down in that corner as the US look for a way through. Good defence though by Spain, keeping them out there, protecting their D. And the umpire indicating 5 there, David.
Yeah, the American player's gone from the dashes and has been deemed by the umpire to have played the ball into the D rather than dribbled into the D.
Another push in the back there by Emily Wald, who of course has already had the green card and then the yellow card. And there didn't seem anything particularly accidental about that, I have to be honest. She'll need to be on her best behaviour as we enter the final 20 minutes of semi-final day here in Glasgow at the FIH Women's Champions Challenge. It's the USA 3, Spain 0. And the USA doing all the pressing in the last 5 or 6 minutes, looking for a goal that would, if they haven't already, undoubtedly clinch it for them. So going the long way round there, Paige Zielinski looking for the opening. And now it's Vatiz. Vatiz back to Dawson, space on the right for Stephanie Fee if she can find her. Just delayed a release there, David, and Stephanie Fee had tons of space to run into if Dawson had released her first time.
Yeah, I think it was almost a case of actually trying to draw the defender more into Rachel Dawson and therefore allowing the more space
chance
for the pass.
Now. Well, I was going to say a chance for the US, but foul committed by Jill Whitmer in the centre. Gives Spain the ball. And Batiz now. Good skills from Batiz. There's such acceleration from a standing start. And then just with the foresight to calmly play it back to her skipper, Crandall, who spreads the ball now down the right to Fee and to Gonzalez. And Emily Wald will try to keep that in on the far side. She has the ball at the sideline now. Wald with the tall figure of Wald with the headband. Good defence again, though, by Spain. I think they've shown a greater discipline and application in this second half than they maybe did in the first. And Oliva now on the left-hand side, surrounded by red, and invariably Michelle Vatiz is one of them. She'll take a short break. O'Donnell and Cassold wait on the sidelines to come on. And on they come now with Gonzalez and Zielinski also taking a break for Spain and tossed back on after her sin bin offence for Spain. And Spain now come down the left with number 25, Maria Gomez, that Crandall can clear. Somewhat agriculturally into touch. And Spain restart on this near side now with Lopez. And back to Riera and then Maragna over the far side. Almost indistinguishable from each other with those long ponytails and enviable full heads of hair from my perspective anyway. Not that I would want a ponytail that long, you understand, David. Just anybody really with a full head of hair.
That's not a mental image I wanted.
So Kathleen Sharkey loses possession on the left-hand side for America, and Maria Tost has the ball in the middle now for Spain. Plays it in the D, there's a chance. Just fleetingly there, a chance for Pichame. And another chance again for Gomez, and fortunately goes wide for Spain, and best chance of the half really for them, David.
Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity. It's scrappy in the D. Great chance to get the kind of shot cross away. And the player sliding at the far post just can't quite get the touch on to take it into the net.
There's Maria Tost in the end playing the ball across the face of goal. And Gomez unable to touch it in, but Spain still have the ball. And Pons now is on the ball, looking for the long way round. Just looking for the space. Dawson just gets in her way. Now she finds the ball in. And the venue announcer reminds us that we're now halfway through the second half of the semi-final between Spain and the United States. Pons again looking for the ball in, doesn't quite connect with it, but still reaches Van Astra on the edge of the D. And on this occasion, she wins the short corner, David.
Again, it's great skill at the top of the D, which hopefully we'll see in a second.
Not a tremendous amount in that. But the Chinese umpire on the far side has seen enough to give the short corner. Possibly for the stick tackle, maybe?
Yeah, quite possibly. The American stick has obviously just stopped the Spanish stick.
So Riera with the drag and a goal for Spain! A goal for Spain, and reward for Riera after several short corners that haven't come off, and Spain are back in this match. They've got a long way to go if they're going to stand a chance of getting into this final, but they've taken the first step.
It's a great, powerful drag flick from the top. It's gone in the centre of the goal and just clipped the goalkeeper's foot on the way into the net. Just gone through the goalkeeper's legs, I think, David. Yeah, she tries to go down and stop with the knees, and Riera has found the way through for Spain, and Spain back in it. USA 3, Spain 1. Here's Kovacic now. Goes all the way back through Nichols to Crandall, and now to Lee. Looking for O'Donnell, busy little player down on the right-hand side who dribbles well. To be a man, that's come off a Spanish hand, I think. Nope, it's been lifted, I think, too high there for the umpire, David. Yeah, it's been dangerously played into the Spanish player, so Spain had the opportunity for a quick free hit, which they've taken.
Maria tossed, bundles her way down the right-hand side. She takes a rest, and Ganea comes on in her place. Substitutes lining up on the touchline in front of us. Salvatella, Magath on now. Ibarra on, and Spain ring the changes. Looking for fresh legs to possibly get them back into this game with a second goal, but it's the US with O'Donnell, and out to Kovacic on this left-hand side. Kovacic inside Maragna. Maragna shows good strength, but just obstructing the player, a bit of shielding there maybe. And the US have the ball with Nichols, and if you were Craig Parnham at the moment, the US coach, David, you'd just be looking for calm heads and concentration, wouldn't you?
I think they were looking very comfortable, and the Spanish goal has obviously just changed the tempo in the game slightly. So it'll be interesting to see how both the Americans and the Spanish respond.
Should be a good last 13 minutes or so. As Oliva, I apologise, Magath looks to bring it away for Spain, and now Perez, and Perez on this right-hand side, the space in the middle. If she can find her, Ganea on the ball at the top of the D, and the turn into the D by Pinheiro. Doesn't find anybody, but good play again by Spain. And Crandall away for the, O'Donnell rather, away for the US. Finds Maragna, and now Oliva. And it'll go back out to the right to Salvatella, and Salvatella back to Maragna. Maragna with the ball across into the D, but it goes harmlessly wide. It's a chance just for the US to take a breath. Crandall will play it back to Dawson. Dawson will look for the driven ball into midfield to Castled, and Castled has found Nichols out on the left, and Nichols looks long for Sharkey. Great control by Sharkey on the edge of the D, goes to the baseline, turns it back inside, and O'Donnell obstructed, and that should be a short corner. It is, and terrific expansive counter-attacking play by the US there.
Yeah, really nice counter-attack from the US. Goes in at the edge of the D and wins a foot. And the interesting one for me is Spain are scoring their first goal. They've actually changed their goalkeeper, so it'll be the first action for Ruiz in the Spanish net.
So Maria Ruiz in goals now for Spain. And she's going to be called into action shortly. Crandall up the top of the D. Nichols with the shot, looking for the deflection from O'Donnell there at the near post, David. Doesn't quite come off for them.
It's a really well worked short corner option. It just hasn't quite had the final deflection in to make it 4-1.
So Spain with the ball now with Pinheiro on the left hand side, and Pinheiro looks for her teammate Salvatelli, but unable to control the ball. Salvatella, I should say. And Nichols now on this far side for the US. Looking for Falgowski. Falgowski assesses her options. And it's the ball into Paige Selensky, who's fouled by Maragna. Crossfield ball there by Falgowski is inaccurate and concedes possession immediately to Spain. She's got the chance to make amends now. It's a good turn. Dawson now looking to turn away again, and just a little sneaky trip there by the Spaniard. And the aerial ball out towards Vitiz on this side doesn't come off. Spain again. There's still time, David, but they're going to need a goal very soon.
Yeah, you can see how much the coach is really looking to encourage the Spanish to really push up and pressure when the Americans do get the ball, because they know that they need to get 2 goals in just over 9 minutes to take this to running penalties.
Good turn inside Selensky there by Ibarra, and just creates that little bit of space to spread the play down to the left. And McGath now with the ball. And nothing doing there from the umpire, despite the protestations of the Spanish players. And Batiste was able to lay it off to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez now under pressure from 2 Spanish players, and between them they've won the ball back for Spain. Good work there by Bonastra and Magath to win the ball back. And Oliva now will play the ball back to Bonastra. And Bonastra rather carelessly allows Crandall back in. And the aerial ball by Crandall, almost fantastic, releasing Joe Whitmer down this side, but just creeps out of play just about the halfway line. Beautiful shoulder drop there by Riera to turn inside Whitmer. And she's found Oliva, and Oliva can find Magath. Magath turns inside, looks to play the ball into the D and find Pinheiro, but the US defence is strong and they've repelled this advance. And umpire Yamada just indicating that the ball is on the sideline. Ball should be on the sideline. And Nichols obliges, and now Yamada tells her to hurry up. How fickle. So play is turned over because she took so long to take that, and Ibarra now has it on the left for Spain, and she's looking for her way through. Oliva now with the ball, good stick skills, goes round Vitiz, gets the baseline, flicks it across towards the near post, and the ball just coming up there in an unsafe manner, and that's Maria Tost, and that's not the first time for Maria Tost. Not the first time that Maria Tost has impeded the restart of play. And I would have thought that would have been a yellow card, David, personally, but and having already had one. Anyway, Nichols now, we'll get David's opinion on that in a second as an umpire. Nichols finds Castle, who finds Selensky, and Selensky muscles her way into the D and wins the short corner for the US. Good counter-attacking play down the left again there, David, but I'm going to push you in that decision with Maria Tost. I'm not letting you away with it that easily.
I think what you'll find with the speed of the game these days as umpires, that we don't always have the opportunity to write the number of the player down. And it's because we use 2 umpires, umpires can, one umpire can give 1 card and another umpire can give another. So it's well,
we'll move on to the short corner. Very, very diplomatically done, David. We move on to the short corner, and it was a great break by the US again down that left-hand side. And we've got the injection here. It'll be Nichols with the drag again, and that's going to hurt. The Spanish player advancing out to block that was Carola Salvatella. Salvatella. She's down, took a blow to the leg. but she's determined to get back up and play on. And it will be another short corner to the US, and Crandall makes her way back across to the far side, calling for the ball from the ball boy on the far side. Very tall ball boy, he's more like a ball man. Anyway, we're grateful to all the volunteers that have been helping out over the course of this tournament, the ball boys and ball girls, and all the volunteers from Glasgow 2014 and Glasgow Life. It'll be Dawson this time with the drag, looking for Jill Widmer on this side to just get the deflection in at the near post, but it comes off her body, but she's got it back now in the right. Spain having conceded possession, and now she can play the ball into the D. Comes up a little bit high, and I think just with her follow through there, Jill Widmer managed to catch what looks like Lola Riera down in that corner. She waves away the attentions of the umpire. Crack in the mouth maybe for her, just off Jill Widmer's follow through. Interestingly, David Maria Tost is on the in the sin bin again. I didn't see a card shown to her.
This was the green card that she received.
Oh, it was another green card, yeah. So Maria Tost is back on now after the 2 minutes in the sin bin. That card having completely passed me by. And the US back in possession with Reinprecht to Gonzalez, and Jill Widmer again, who's been involved in so much for the US over the course of this match. And she is again looking for Emily Wald this time, just protecting the ball, but Maria Tost that time wins it fairly and brings it away. She's rather turned into a little bit of trouble there, but gets the decision, and the aerial ball from Pons. Sees Caroline Nichols impeded as she tried to receive it, and the US get the decision, and Reinprecht can play this ball to Reinprecht K. Reinprecht to Reinprecht down this right-hand side. I don't think they've been on the pitch much together today, which has been a mercy for me. And Gonzalez now on the right finds Sharkey, and Sharkey drives along the baseline, but can't control the ball, and it goes out, and Spain can relieve the pressure. Just under 4 minutes to go now in this match. Really no way back for Spain now, David, I wouldn't have thought, but they'll fight for this second goal until the final hooter.
Yeah, I think if they manage to get an opportunity and put it away in the next couple of minutes, they might even look to pull their goalkeeper off to look for the goal to make it 3-3.
So Julia Pons manages to bring the ball out to Cristina Guinea, who's found Oliva down this side, and Oliva's got some space, and there's bodies in the D if she can find them. She's got to get round the figure of Julia Reinprecht first. She does that, but then gives the ball away, and Reinprecht now gives the ball back to Spain. And Maria Gomez, who we haven't seen for a while, is back on the pitch and jogs towards the far post as Oliva considers her options. Good tackle by Julia Reinprecht there, winning possession back for the US. So crucial to remain disciplined in those positions, and Emily Wald finds Gonzalez down that right-hand side, but good control there from Caroline Nichols, and the Spanish player just not far enough away as she received that ball, which gives the US the chance to spread the play down this left-hand side. And Katie O'Donnell, good skills into the D, takes the shot. Looks for looks for Kovacic at the back post there, and that really should have been good night Vienna there, or Madrid, maybe more aptly. Anyway, it's Bonastra now down the left for Spain, and Bonastra is going to come into the box, into the D, looks for the ball across. And a chance to ask David to start having a think about his player of the match. Something for David to ponder for a couple of minutes, or about a minute longer. And Katie O'Donnell on the ball now for the US, just off the foot of Oliva. O'Donnell looked to bring it away and tossed again, just making a nuisance of herself. Bit of gamesmanship. Ball now to Gonzalez down the right. And Sharkey goes herring after that. There's 45 seconds on the clock. They're 3-1 up, but there's absolutely no sign that the US are taking anything for granted. Going after every ball like it's just inbuilt in her DNA. Into the last 30 seconds now. Here in the last game of today's coverage. It's been a really comfortable victory for the US, but they've shown great discipline in seeing this second half out, despite something of a rally from Spain. And David, no better epitomised by the player on the screen at the moment, Katie O'Donnell, who you've chosen as your player of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's led the line really well, played some great passes and really contributed well to the fast breaks that really made this American performance.
So Katie O'Donnell is our player of the match, and the match draws to a close. Spain 1, the United States of America 3. A fantastic win for the US, and really, even from half-time, never in doubt. Such a great start to the game by the US, took the game to the Spaniards, and they were playing catch-up from minute 1 or minute 8 as it was in terms of goals. More spirited performance though, David, from Spain in the second half, and it's that they'll look to take into their third, fourth place playoff game against South Africa tomorrow. Absolutely, they've got an opportunity tomorrow to go into the bronze medal match here against a potential competitor in the World Cup. So they'll certainly be coming out all guns blazing to secure third place after the disappointment of today. So let's just take a look at the goals from all through that match, because we didn't get a chance to look at them at half time. And we'll start with the US opener. Just talk us through the goals, David.
So, penalty corner pushed out, good hit, and player of the match, Katie O'Donnell, nice little touch into the corner of the goal to make it 1-0.
Yeah, O'Donnell with the deflection from the drag by Caroline Nichols was the opener for the US, and then the second goal was a rather bizarre and slightly unfortunate goal to concede for Spain.
Yeah, very much so. The American players swung. I'm not sure they were aiming to put it into the top corner of the net, but left the Spanish keeper with no chance.
So Sharkey with the second goal for the US, and they extended their lead just before half-time with the third goal, and it came about from a brilliant move that saw Dawson released on this left-hand side, playing the ball across. And you know what? It was Jill Whitmer. I was absolutely wrong. It wasn't Kovacic at all. God almighty. Take that one back.
It's a great cross to the back post, and from the angle you can just see that her marker hasn't gone with her and has left that space for the...
Well, maybe just ask the director just to play that. Oh, he's gone straight onto the Spanish goal. Let's take a look at the Spanish short corner. As we said, they rallied in the second half, David, and this was probably reward for that effort.
Absolutely, they had some great opportunities, and there've been some really good penalty corner saves by the Americans to keep it out. But this one, good powerful drag flick.
Lola Riera with the goal through the goalkeeper's legs, and I have to say, I thought Lola Riera was one of the standout performers for Spain throughout that match, and defensively. She's a really strong presence, but she's got good distribution options as well. She can play the aerial ball, and she obviously has the set pieces in her locker as well, David.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a strong player at the back, but still great stick skills, and obviously the ability to finish under pressure.
So Mike Stanger is down on pitch side with David's player of the match, Katie O'Donnell. I think we can go down and join Mike now.
Well, Katie O'Donnell, number 10, scorer of the first goal. What do you make of that game?
That game was really good for us. You know, we came out exactly what we wanted to do, and our second half, we didn't really want to change much. We wanted to keep going. Obviously, the phase of the game, you know, they brought it to us, and we had to hold them off. And, you know, that's how hockey goes, and we did a good job at holding them off. And we did the job to score all the goals in the first half, so we were okay with it.
Well, that's right. It was a very physical game. We got more and more physical as time went on. Not for the faint-hearted, I would think.
Yeah, it was, you know, a little bit of desperation from both teams. You know, it's the desire to go to the finals, and it's who wants it more. And when it comes down to that, it gets very, very physical. But we held them off really well. We tried to keep as calm as we could.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you got them off to a very good start with the first goal. What about the other two goals? They were pretty
They were fantastic. I think the other goals were awesome. And, you know, I'm lucky enough to be the one standing in front of the camera, but I think any one of our players today could be up here doing the exact same thing.
And tomorrow, of course, you're facing Ireland. Ireland and the USA have some relationships.
Yeah. I played at university with the captain of Ireland, so it's always a good battle.
Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
So thanks very much, Mike Stanger. The thoughts there of David's player of the match, Katie O'Donnell. She just tucks herself into the huddle there that Craig Parnham has all his players in. It's a really good feature, actually, of this tournament of women's hockey generally. The coaches, you know, they get the players into these huddles at the end, and you could see the Scotland coach, Gordon Shepherd, this morning after their defeat to Korea, telling them that was better than the last performance when you got the draw. You've got to keep going, and it just really kind of keeping that momentum going and just feeding all the positive messages to them before the final tomorrow. I'd just like to pick up on one of the things that Katie said there. She said, it's me standing in front of the camera now, but it could have been any one of the players on the pitch. And I think that was reflective of the US performance. It was a great team performance. I thought Michelle Vitesse was fantastic. Rachel Dawson, such a strong presence in the middle of the pitch as well. And, you know, players like Kathleen Sharkey just irrepressible, and Jill Whitmer as well, who also, you know, on the opposite wing, just really just didn't stop running for the entire game. It was a thoroughly deserved win.
Absolutely. We said right at the start of the game that America are really a very strong team, and I think they've reflected that today, and Katie O'Donnell's words have obviously reflect that they're a strong team, and they'll be doing everything to make sure that they win the tournament tomorrow.
So we'll look forward to tomorrow's final. We've got a matchup of games obviously throughout the day, because this is the placings matches, and we kick off with Scotland against India in the morning. Just from your perspective, Scotland have put in some really good performances over the course of the week. Is it slightly disappointing for them to be playing in the bottom ranked match tomorrow?
I think it shows you how far that we've come. That the girls are clearly disappointed by the fact they're in 7v8. We had a fantastic result against India last time. I know that their confidence will be high for something similar, and this is really part of a building block for us to perform here in front of a capacity crowd at the Commonwealth Games.
And then the second game of the day tomorrow, we could see there the 5th-6th playoff. We'll just ask for that graphic back. Korea against Belgium. Korea were many people's, I mean, they're obviously the top-ranked team coming into this, but many people's pre-tournament favourites. And Belgium at times showed some really sparkling form, and maybe it's a surprise to a lot of people to see those two teams competing just for 5th and 6th.
I think it really shows how competitive Champions Challenge has been. I know both teams will be disappointed playing off for 5-6, and I think it'll be a really interesting game in terms of the different styles that the two sides play.
And then tonight's vanquished semi-finalist Spain will take on South Africa in the semi-final. I must admit, I really enjoy watching South Africa, and they were off form in that second half against Ireland earlier on today, but I think that could be an absolute cracker. I'm going to put money on that being one of the most entertaining games on the tournament. I think both teams, when they're on their game, can play some really attractive hockey. It will just be interesting to see whether they've got the bit between their teeth for that bronze medal position.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that we've seen today some of the individual skill that Spain have, and if they can bring that as part of a team performance, then you're going to have a fantastic game for the bronze medal.
And then, of course, our final, the last game of this Champions Challenge tournament tomorrow evening here in Glasgow will be between Ireland and the US. Both teams putting in tremendous performances over the course of this afternoon. USA probably pre-match favourites, but as we've seen from the tournament, I suppose, David, it's anybody's if you want it enough.
I think if you obviously looked at the pool match, America won that 3-0, so they'd probably be seen as the favourites, but Ireland have played fantastically well in both the quarters and semi-finals and have nothing to lose as they aim to get into Champions Trophy for 2016.
So Spain now in their huddle and the US on your screens in front of you, just warming down as a squad. Great team performance from them. They've defeated Spain by 3-1 this afternoon. Goals from O'Donnell, Sharkey and Whitmer, taking the United States into tomorrow's final of the FIH Women's Champions Challenge 1. My thanks to David Sweetman for his company over the course of this match. My thanks also to Craig Madden earlier on today in the co-commentator's chair, and also to you at home for the part you've played in this coverage today. Keep sending us your tweets. Remember, we'll be picking up on those tomorrow. Hashtag CC1 at FIH_hockey. It's always great to hear from you wherever you are in the world. It really brings an international flavour to the coverage. We hope we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for the first of those games. India against Scotland begins at 10:30 BST. That's 9:30 GMT if you're watching abroad. Until then, from me, Jack McGill, and all of us here at the International Hockey Centre in Glasgow, have a very good evening.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.